This is it. All wings, form up and head for the target.
The rebel forces have broken through our perimeter.
Regrettable, but a testament to Captain Singula's skill as a combat pilot. Contact the second wave and order them to intercept.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's a ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hey everyone, and welcome to
Kessel Run Weekly.
My name is Danny,
I'm Heather.
and today we are going to be talking Rebel Assault. So spoilers abound for our most recent mid-season finale. Heather, what did you think about the episode?
I thought that it had some good points. I felt that it was...
I'm right there with you. I was it was fun.
It was fun.
It had a lot of cool action sequences and everything. At the same time, I feel like I was spoiled on the two episodes, like the back-to-back episodes every week.
Right. I was like, to me, because it didn't feel like a mid-season finale. It felt like the lead up to a mid-season finale, maybe. Or it felt like the lead up to the lead up. It's not a filler episode. I get that. There's a lot in there. There's a lot going on. I just, I didn't feel that it really compelled me to die before I see the next episode.
Right. I don't feel like I'm on the hook. Like, obviously, I want to know more.
But...
Absolutely, yeah. Exactly. If this had been any other show, it would be kind of just meh. Yeah. Which is weird for us.
It is.
Because,
really
usually we're pretty crazy about Rebels and everything. This is the first time I think I've felt this way.
I think this is the first time we felt this way about anything, really. Star Wars.
True. Yeah. So yeah, I was shocked. I was kind of like, do I really feel this way? Like, I was almost breaking my own heart. Almost. Yeah. It's like, Anakin, you're breaking my heart. But no. So I mean, I don't know. Like, it just, I wasn't impressed. I mean, as it being a mid-season finale, it just, I don't know. It didn't have that feel to it at all to me. But I mean, there were some cool stuff though.
Yeah, you want to know what impressed me?
What's that?
X-Wings.
Freaking X-Wings! Yes!
X-Wings!
I was so excited. I yelled X-Wings when they came on the screen.
Oh my gosh!
I probably annoy my wife to no end with my antics by watching Rebels, but like I screamed, I was like, "Yes, X-Wings!" Like I was all in it. That was the coolest thing ever. But I love that whole assault against Thrawn because I've always kind of wondered how he's going to play that. I mean, obviously he's merciless. I mean, that's said. It goes without saying, but I mean, at the same time, like I like seeing him really in action with that because it was so him versus Hera.
Why does he want her alive?
I think the same reason he wants Night Swan alive. The reason he kept Night Swan alive in the book, it was a worthy competitor. He sees her as a formidable enemy, a formidable foe. Talk tonight.
It's almost like you've been at work for days.
I know, right? But yeah, so I mean, it's. I think that's where they're at because it's kind of like here's somebody who I feel can match me in at least gumption of some kind. Because I mean, I don't feel like Hera's strategic. She fights in the moment. But she's so good at fighting in the moment.
Yes.
Making the best out of the last second decisions. And so I think that's what he sees in her, why he wants her alive.
Cool.
What do you think?
I think that he's not as merciless as people want to believe he is. And I see him... I do agree with your worthy foe, but I feel there is something there that he needs from her before, eliminating the largest threat to his people that he really wants to keep alive that he knows of.
I could definitely see that. Because reading the Thrawn novel and seeing Thrawn in action the way we have, I mean, you can tell that he has respect for his enemy, respect for the fellow competitor. And so I think that I do think he's lending a lot of that to Hera, for sure. Because, I mean, Hera's bested him just about at every turn. Mm-hmm. Somehow she slips away every time. But every time he learns a little bit more about her, too. Because that whole scene where they're trying to punch a hole through the blockade, Thrawn's like, oh, they're not getting through. Lo and behold, she finds a way to get through, even when he's like, the TIE defender, stand down, and he's like, no, I've got her. He goes, oh, well.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
You don't want to move. Right. He's like, I gave you the chance. I warned you. But okay. So he just like fires on him, which ends up being what completely ruins it all for him and allows them to go through. Kind of,
right.
Because, they get further than they should have. We'll say that. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that was the pilot's fault or Thrawn's fault, because we haven't really seen Thrawn make a mistake per se. So I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think it's Thrawn's fault at all, because he told the guy to go. The guy didn't go. He pretty much just ignored an order. I don't know if it was technically an order. I don't know. But he ignored him, and, you know, he took out the whole post. I mean, if that post hadn't gone down, then there wouldn't have been a hole, even a little one.
Right.
But
so I almost kind of feel it was Thrawn being overeager at that point. So I don't know. That's what I got from it. I was like, oh man, Thrawn made a mistake for the first time. He thought he was going to get the shot, and Hera got one up on him. So I don't know. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. I felt like this whole episode was Hera versus something.
It was. It was a Hera versus the Imperials. I mean, everybody.
She fought everybody.
No, I mean, whew.
Yeah. But no, I loved it though too, because I mean, I don't feel like we've really, like, I'm trying to think of in recent memory if we've gotten like a real Hera episode other than the Calicori. We got a little look into her past and her background and everything, which was really cool. Which was where she kind of snapped and Hera kind of departed for a little while. Other than that, I think this is really our only other one that I can think of.
Well, see, I don't understand fully armed and ready on Lothal, and you take a handful of X-Wings and you just go right for the middle and you just kind of try to punch a hole for your handful of X-Wings. I don't know how well this was thought out.
You talking about the plan or?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, in all honesty, I feel like it may have been kind of a Hail Mary.
Right.
I think that Hera does have that utmost faith in her squad, which is why they were the ones that went to do it. But yeah, I agree with you. Let's just go down the center, guys, and hope something happens.
They do, like, stealth.
Yes.
It is late. They do stealth so well. So they're going to strap on X-Wings and go right for the middle, when they could have tried to figure something out to get through, or, you know, they know that works. It always usually works. But they tried something different, and I don't know why.
I don't know. Well, and then on top of that, too, I wonder if it was just our debut of the X-Wings to show their maneuverability. Because I remember, I think it was in A New Hope, that was actually one thing that one of the officers brought up to Darth Vader, was that the turbo lasers weren't able to hit the X-Wings because they were too small. And so I wonder if that was to show their full power in a blockade, how powerful those X-Wings actually are in their design and the way that they move. So that could possibly be it.
It might have been. It just took me out of the story because
I got you.
It's not Hera. It's not a Hera plan.
So just run down the center, yeah.
Let's just get the ball. Let's go down the center and let's try to knock all the guys down and try to get to the end zone. That's
Right.
how I felt, instead of, you know, a true Hail Mary where she throws the ball from way down there and then somebody else catches it on the other end,
Right.
and figures out how to work together and not just, you know, but
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. It didn't take me out of the story necessarily, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess maybe I just got lost in the
X-Wings.
cinematography of that.
yeah,
X-Wing.
that was
That whole-
amazing.
Yeah.
It was.
Because, I mean, in all honesty, I was fanboying because I wasn't looking at it, I guess, objectively. At the whole time, I was just like X-Wings.
Well, the first time
X-Wings.
I watched it, I was X-Wings, X-Wings, X-Wings.
Yeah.
The second time, I was like, wow, why did she do that?
Right.
I don't understand.
I mean, even with bombers that she had with her, an up the middle move kind of seems strange.
It does. It's very strange,
Yeah.
unless there's something going on that we
To
don't know
distract,
about.
yeah.
And she's the distraction.
Possible. Very dangerous and reckless, but possible. Because, I mean, we know how that ended for her. I mean,
Yeah.
like, she comes crashing down, which I just want to say, so the X-Wing that she comes out of that scene where you see it crashed in between the two buildings, that was the coolest looking thing. Like, I want that as, like, my phone wallpaper.
Yes.
Like, that was
I can get that
awesome
for
looking.
you.
Oh, well, thank you.
I will get that for you.
But yeah, no, I think it was just awesome. I love the visuals of all of it because it's part of Star Wars that you normally don't get to see. Like we saw it a little bit in Force Awakens with the down Star Destroyer and Jakku and everything, and then you get a little bit of it in Jeddah in Rogue One with I think there's an X-wing that's down there as well when they meet Chirrut and everybody. And so like it was just cool seeing that because I mean, normally it's just like crash landing, ball of fire and smoke, and oh, there's the pilot. Whereas it actually shows you, hey, those held up a little bit and they actually stayed together.
Right.
So yeah, but I thought that was really neat as well. I definitely was not expecting the ties to come out of the clouds like that, though. That made my gut turn because I was like, oh, and I mean, she can't die, but at the same time, in the moment, I'm like, no, the X-Wings.
Yes. It makes me wonder because he wants her alive, yet he's going to blow her out of the sky, and she happens. You know, it just, I don't know.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is maybe he's just putting faith in her abilities.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's even a test to see if she
she's
is
worthy.
truly if she is truly the one that he thinks that she is. Because if she goes down in smokes and dies, then I mean, oh well.
Or will.
Next one.
That's like Sidious with Vader all the time.
Right. If you fail, well, I guess you lived that time. Cool. You get to stay.
Yeah. Go fix your legs.
Right. But seeing her face down Thrawn was really, really cool. The whole TIE Defender Elite, all that whole thing, I thought that was really, really cool. I did like that with this season finale, or not season, mid-season finale, that the stakes did seem to be raised, even though Hera, I mean, we know that she lives, but it kind of makes me wonder what she's missing and then what she could have helped prevent if that makes sense. So like she's taken out of her squad, and we know that any of one of them are game, like they may not make it. And so if she had been there, could that prevented it or something like that? But yeah, Kanan kind of pulls something that she didn't want to pull early in the seasons.
Dude, I was like, okay, so Kanan cannot leave Hera behind.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a certain Twi'lek we know of from, the first season. But yeah, I was like, go Kanan.
Oh yeah,
because when they were gonna leave her, I was like, y'all do stuff for people all the time.
Oh yeah.
And now Hera's down somewhere, and you're not even gonna go look for her.
That bothered me so much. Like, so I get that at this point, they're all over it, and maybe you're not going to really have a way to get in. You got to regroup, something like that. But it was literally like, she's going to be okay. We'll hear from her soon, I'm sure. She's going to make it out. Which, I mean, I guess in the moment maybe makes sense. But at the same time, like you said, like, it's just kind of like, you're just going to just ditch. I mean, like, take off and that's it. I don't know. Like, that bothers me. And maybe it's just the way, the pace of the storytelling, where it's like we can't really debate on this too long or anything.
Right.
Maybe that's it. But I'm glad that Kanan turned back, though, for sure. Even if he didn't get to make it to her with our weird wolf scene.
Yes.
I'm glad that he was the one that did turn back. Because it would have, I don't know, like, so I get Hera not abandoning, but leaving him to fend for himself earlier in the scene. I get that. But I feel like if he does that to her, then that's detrimental to his character. Am I alone in that?
No. I do. I can't see him leaving anyone behind.
Right.
Now, considering we've read A New Dawn and know his character, so we know that he'll leave somebody behind. But not anymore. And I loved that he sass talked the wolf.
Oh yeah.
That was true Kanan. I totally saw him on Gorse.
Absolutely.
Whenever he was smack talking. I was like, "Oh, wow." And then that wolf was growling.
Oh, dude, that was great.
He's like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah. You really want to go down that road, son?
Yeah. Let's do this then.
Yep. But I thought it was like, I don't know. I want to know more about the wolves. I feel like I've said that for like the last 3 episodes we've done. I want to know more about the wolves because like it literally looks at him, speaks doom again. This is like what, the 3rd time? 4th time technically. It speaks doom again, and then he just goes, "I understand." You want to clue us in, Kanan? Because I didn't.
My son was watching it, and he goes, "So I guess the wolves are more important than I thought, huh?"
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
A little.
Yeah. Star Wars, there's really nothing in there that's not. Anything can turn into something.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. With the wolves, like, so I wonder what they saved Kanan from, potentially. I wonder if like they knew he wasn't going to make it out if he continued what he was doing.
Oh, I'm
and they
sure.
tried to alter his, So I want to know why Kanan's so important. Because now, instead of it centering around Ezra, everything seems to be centering around Kanan, force-wise. And so I'm kind of like, all right, so what is it that he's going to be needed for in the future? Kind of, you know what I mean?
Maybe he's a key.
Maybe. Something important.
Only
I think.
a Jedi can open it.
Maybe.
Kind
of like a temple or something like that.
Yeah, where else do you get a Jedi?
I mean, you can find a blind Jedi in the middle of Lothal chasing after his green woman. I'm just kidding. That's just why they went after him. But I don't know. Like, I'm really excited to see more about that.
Me too.
I definitely want to see what's going to happen with Kanan. I honestly feel like it's leading up to his sacrifice or something, where he's going to have to give his life to save someone, or to save his team in general. So I don't know. I think that may be what the wolves are priming him for.
I just wonder if it's doom every time, or if it's doom and then doom.
Like flipping it back and forth. It's possible.
I don't know.
Yeah. That would be difficult to discern. Like, it's almost like having a conversation with Groot or something like that. Doom. So you mean this Doom? Doom. No, this Doom? Doom. I am Groot. But yeah.
What do you want from me? I want Doom.
You're right. So yeah. So what did you think about Hera versus Rook?
Man, Hera can kick some butt.
I'm telling you. That was awesome. Rook creeped me out even more. Didn't think that was
did.
possible, but he did.
My kids were sitting there going, "No, just shoot him! Just shoot him! Don't let him live!"
Right.
I was like,
Take the
"No."
creature out, man. But at the same time, like it's almost mesmerizing to watch him move. Like the weird twists he was doing, and with this,
Yeah.
I can't even explain it. But like it was just otherworldly the way he was moving. I mean, it was crazy. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I loved it. I felt like at one point, I think I even mentioned to Kristen, it felt like a Mortal Kombat with Hera versus Rook, because it was just like, and fight.
Yeah. I like that they didn't have blasters.
Yes.
They didn't have lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
They had their fists and their fear.
In his stick thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, though. It really showed off her combat ability, though, too. Because, I mean, I don't feel like I ever doubted it, but to see it in action was like, holy cow. So it was really cool. Because I felt like in the last episode, Rook was pretty underused. I think we just kind of briefly touched on that. Or no, it wasn't the last episode. 2 episodes. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. When Rook first showed up with the wolves and everything, I believe. I don't know. I'm getting my episodes mixed up now. But yeah, so whenever Rook first appeared, like I felt like he was kind of underused. He's literally just the tracker, or was just the tracker in that episode, and it was just kind of like the bloodhound they set off on the rebels. Whereas on this one, it's like, no, he's much more. He's absolutely an assassin. he could do some crazy stuff. So yeah, but I was really impressed with that fight. I wonder what it was like to choreograph that.
Yeah. I was like, get him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was really awesome. I'm trying to see. Oh, and we actually had not a new character, but an old character from one of our filler episodes show up.
Yes.
Yeah, Mart from Iron Squadron. I didn't even realize that at first. I kept hearing. I thought I kept hearing Mark, and then it was Mart, and I was like, wait a minute, because that goes back to Filoni saying that none of them were filler episodes.
Right.
They all had a purpose and everything, and so I thought that was cool that he ended up on Phoenix Squadron.
Yeah.
Hera. So I mean, he was a good pilot. So I mean, it makes sense. But it was cool seeing him come back in action.
I agree. And when he had to leave Hera behind, he's got to be, whew.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's definitely going to be heavy on him for sure. I wasn't expecting her to get captured, but I'm not surprised that she was the one that gave the sacrifice play on that. Also, I want to ask, why in the world do you need an ATDP to hunt down one person?
Because it's Hera. No,
because it's Star Wars. And
I think that they did it
devices
so that they could stand on the sewer grate.
Yeah, I mean,
But then, as soon as there's any kind of distraction,
they move. And that's the thing. They planned it that way.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's protocol, guys. So I was just kind of like, really? Because, I mean, two stormtroopers, I feel like, would be enough. I mean, it's Hera, obviously. She'd take them out. But at the same time, you don't need this hulking machine to try to track down one person that, for one, this thing can't even really maneuver that well. So,
right. I think that it was just blocking off the escape route. Because they've been known to go through the sewers often.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it bringing up the rear behind the troopers, keeping her from running back that way. I can kind of see that.
I'm not saying it's perfect.
I don't know. I think you just said it's canon.
No, it is canon.
But that was one thing I was just like, really, Imperial guys? Like, I mean, a whole vehicle for one woman.
But there were other pilots, right, that crashed down. There was one that got captured, and then there was Mart, and then there was her.
Well, the ATDP was just there standing over the sewer, and it was just her and Mart at that point.
Right.
And so she was literally like, hey, I'm going to be the distraction. You head for the sewers. Like, she knew that the ATDP was just going to be like, yeah, I'm totally chasing you.
Yeah.
But strategy should say that if you're blocking off the sewage grate, you need to block off the sewage thing.
Stay at your post, man. Stay at your post.
The Imperials are terrible at that.
Yes.
At least the ones in Lothal, they're pretty awful at it.
Well,
So,
they
yeah.
just don't like cats, and
I mean, yeah, those silly cats. I wonder if they fly.
I wonder if they found it yet.
Right? They're just still. I'm sure they're deserted by now. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, oh, we're not going back.
Oh no.
You lost Thrawn's top secret project? Yeah, not happening. All right, so a lot of exciting stuff happened this season. Even though the mid-season finale kind of seemed like it fell a little flat, it did give us a lot to look forward to the upcoming second half of the season, the actual end. Sad tear.
Yes.
So what do you hope to see in the next half of the season?
I hope to see hope, triumph, but there, I tend to be a dark person, so I don't hope, but I think I'm going to see a lot of people kick it, and but they're going down doing the thing that they felt the most passionate about, and they love the most. So, I mean, no better way to go, I guess, maybe.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, at most, I think we'll see Kanan kick it for sure. I think he's definitely on his way to being one with the Force. A lot of end of life kind of alluding for that and everything for him. Just this whole becoming in tune with the Force the way he is. And then the wolves, the impact that they're having and everything. I think that it's his time, which naturally in the story, he's where he is in his place. He's the best place he's ever been. His arc is done for the most part. It's relating to Rebels. It's done.
And he even got a kiss.
He even got a kiss.
And
that seals it right there.
That's the end.
That was the last thing we needed to see. So, yeah. So, I definitely think that Kanan's going to end up in it. I'm most hoping to see some more Rex. Maybe some Rex in action.
I do want to see some more Rex.
And Ahsoka. Because Ahsoka lives.
Maybe. In the Force.
No, I'm not. I don't buy that.
I don't either, but there's a pop out there somewhere.
Well, no, see, that's got me a little on edge too, because they've actually come out and denied that it's a Force Ghost one. They keep calling it holographic. But my thing is, when has Ahsoka ever been holographic? So the only time we ever see
Clone Wars?
I don't think she was ever holographic. Well, not Fulcrum level. This is Fulcrum.
Oh.
So yeah, this is Fulcrum Ahsoka. But I mean, like the only time I can think of her with a hologram at all is Rex, when they were talking about experience outranks everything. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe they're just alluding to her being Fulcrum or something. So that makes me worried a lot. So, I mean, and that's the thing, is that if she comes back, I at least hope that she has some kind of fighting chance or impact on them if they're actually to kill her on screen or something like that. But I don't see that much death happening in a children's show. I mean, aside from Stormtroopers, because that's kind of the regular cannon fodder. But but I mean, I don't know. I don't see us losing.
I don't
Kanan
necessarily mean death.
Yeah,
there are ways to kick it. There are ways you retire or you lose your leg or you. Yeah. I mean, there are ways.
I would really hope that Ahsoka lives on past Rebels. I would love to see that, because I don't feel like she's reached the end of her arc, even though she's finally seen Anakin and all that kind of stuff. I definitely think that there's more for her as far as training wise, and even possibly taking on a Padawan of some kind, possibly training Ezra. A lot of cool possibilities there for sure. But yeah, I definitely Ahsoka is what I'm waiting on. So I'm hoping that's like a big season thing, either in the opening or finale, or I don't know. I don't want to think of it ending though.
See, I'm wanting to see Thrawn's endgame.
See, I wonder if he actually has one, seeing as now that we know he lives past, or we believe that he lives past Rebels. It's kind of been like a kind of a kind of confirmation, not really, but I mean, if he lives past Rebels, then
I don't
can't
mean
good
his
for
game,
Rebels.
his end game. I mean his end game as far as like what he has planned. I can't wait to see his plan and watch it unfold. And obviously he's going to, fail at some point, at least a little bit. And when that happens, I want to be there.
I want to be there. Tell him that he failed.
How's it feel, Thrawn? How's it feel?
That's awesome. So cool. All right. So did you have any other final thoughts or anything like that on this episode?
I made a meme that I'm hoping you're going to post soon because
I will.
This particular episode has created a certain feeling in me with Hera's outfit, and that's all I'll say.
Yes, it will be posted soon for sure. So you guys can enjoy the hilarity as much as I have. For sure.
All right, thanks guys for joining us for Rebel Assault, our review of Rebels. And this was the mid-season finale. You can catch us on KesselRunWeekly.com, where we have all of our stuff. We have episodes, articles, all kinds of stuff. We're also on social media at Kessel Run Weekly, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So,
absolutely.
For Kessel Run Weekly, I'm Heather.
I'm Danny.
And may the Force be with you.